Working Class and Social Mobility Officer. The officers advocate for and represent the interests of students from lower socio-economic backgrounds on campus and run the Working Class and Social Mobility Network, creating opportunities for working class students.
Hello and welcome back. Yes, it's William King and I'm interviewing Harleen Dhillon, who is standing for the role of Working Class and Social Mobility Officer. Good evening, Harleen. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, very well, thanks. So, your top manifesto point, which is available online, says students should be valued at university regardless of their social background. Do you think at the minute students are valued at university regardless of their social background?
I feel like as the position has been recently introduced and through seeing the policies that have been put through the previous officers, a lot has been improved in terms of the value of students from low socioeconomic backgrounds. But obviously, I feel like there's a lot more that needs to be done, and the student voice needs to be more it needs to be brought more to light in terms of the university, and I feel like there's a lot more we can do to provide students with the opportunities that they deserve.
So when you say that there are more opportunities, more things you can do to bring students these opportunities, what sorts of things can you do and what opportunities are you trying to provide?
So, as the previous officers have done in arranging online events where people are talking about class issues and conferences, I feel like they're very insightful for students. But what I really want to put in place is opportunities with institutions like Rare Recruitment or aspiring solicitors with that are helping people from low socioeconomic backgrounds make a place in industries such as law, whether it's science, whether it's medicine, whether it's business. I feel like it's really important to push that idea of career as well as general talks about social class within my manifesto and what I want to do as the officer.
You talk about equal opportunities for students from all backgrounds. Obviously, we're in a pandemic at the minute. How do you think that's impacted on these opportunities?
Obviously, it has been a lot more difficult considering it's online, but through attending a lot of webinars myself, I've understood that it's actually quite important to hold events online, and also they're actually just as helpful as in person. And I feel like a lot of students have adapted really well to the pandemic in terms of viewing online events, and we have seen huge amounts of students that attend these events. So in order to keep that maintained and be more consistent with that, I think it's really important.
What sorts of events are you talking about?
So I'm looking at potential quiz nights, but then we're also looking at sort of debate nights. So thinking about topics that are quite debatable and getting students to share their views. I think it's really important for people to like speak up about things they believe in and gain confidence in these sort of things and talk about class issues, and like that's really important. So I want to kind of arrange them sort of events, but then also events with institutions where they will talk about careers and talk about things like people from low socioeconomic backgrounds and how you should like embrace your differences.
Thank you very much for that. Okay, so we've heard a bit from the university about stuff they've tried to do to bring equal opportunities to people, like they've teamed up in York with broadband providers, and they've said that you can come back to the university if you're basically able to study better there, whilst people are being asked to stay from home. What do you think of these measures which are in place, and do you think they're enough?
Obviously, it's quite difficult because some students don't want to come back to university, especially when you consider first year students who haven't had the same opportunities in terms of freshers events and things. But obviously, I think it's a good idea, and the university promotes this idea because we all need Wi-Fi, we all need that to study and things. And if students feel more comfortable attending university, they can. So offering that sort of like lifeline for students is really important, and I do actually appreciate the work they're doing for that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Harleen Dhillon, for joining us. You're the only candidate for the Working Class and Social Mobility Officer. You told York Vision that if you could be any ice cream flavour, you'd be a mint choc chip. Thanks for joining us. Good evening.
International Students Officer,